Yeah, we live.
Oh, shalom, shalom. All
Wow.
praises unto Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi,
Right.
Bahashim, Rawchaa Qadash. Double us unto the elders, apostles of great millstone. Shalom to the sincere Akim with us, wherever Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi has scattered us in these last days. Okay, for the last 1 hour, actual iniquities actually deserve. Because the Most High is highly merciful. He's calling unto his righteous remnant to return and to be saved. Through the elect, salvation the whole nation receive. All right. As we can see what's this been happening on the news, okay, with this tweet from Donald Trump, okay, spurging furthermore these as he was he was saying, speaking against for false news. The same thing he's accusing these nations and media doing. He's doing exactly the same thing. All right, he's doing the exact same thing. All right, let me open up with this Job 9 and verse 4 says, speaking about the Most High, it says, Job 9 and 4 says, he is wise in heart and mighty in strength, who have hardened himself against him and have prospered. The same thing we see in the society, what's happening with Esau. Job 9:24 goes to say what? The earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. And still he's hardening himself against what? Against the will of the Most High, Yahawah. Whenever you violate a society, there's certain things that whenever you come in to conquer a nation, there's certain limits in what you do. But Esau has no boundaries. Okay, there's no fine line between going overboard. Okay, with Esau, he does everything he wants to do. When he lies, he lies. Can you get is that St. John 8 and verse 44?
This is God. This is St. John's. This is St. John chapter 8, verse 44. He said, he of your father, Salakia, he are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father he will do. He said, he was a murderer from the beginning, and he said, and abide not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
Khan is speaking about what? Esau. Okay, this is Yahawashi casting off these wicked scribes and Pharisees, all right? But the same thing was showing the character of Esau, Edom. Who's the biggest lie that has ever been seen on the face of the planet? Esau, the so-called white man we see today. He's trying to gather the sympathy from these nations right now, saying, you know what, there's what genocide going on in South Africa. Meanwhile, you know what, you just fueling the fire against all these nations, against your own Salakia. Because all these things these nations are doing right now, they're remembering themselves who they are. They're realizing, look, man, we've been lied to after all these years. We've been oppressed and continuously so. All right, they're trying to correct the wickedness that Esau has done. All right, and that comes with what, with these nations, okay, making their stands. All right, as it says in Isaiah 13 says what, everybody's going to turn onto his own right now, and we see that happening right now. All right.
I got a quick one for you.
Okay.
This is Isaiah. This is like in Psalms. Chapter 58, verse 1. Do he indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do he judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart he work wickedness. He weighed the violence of your hand in the earth. And there's how this man rule. This man rule by the sword. That's why you see, Esau know that he had the power. He know that he have the military might. So, hey, he ruled by the sword. Is he do what I say? Or I gonna put this sanction on you? I gonna bring hell within your society. You understand? I gonna overthrow your society, and I gonna put your people under severe strain. And that's how this man been ruling. You understand? So this nation tired of him right now. That's why you see this nation, they come together with different other nations and joining allies and doing trading. You understand? Preparing themselves for what? To fight against America, because they're tired of this, they're tired of the oppressed. You understand? They're tired of the oppressed. You understand? And this we see, these most I see, he gonna make them small among the heathen and be despised among the heathen. And this we see it. And we see these Hamites now rising up against against this devil. You understand?
Khan, this is a precept for you. It says Obadiah 1 and verse 2 says, behold, I've made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. And we see this whole thing transpiring in front of our eyes right now. We've been telling you, look, man, beginning with the elders, apostles on down, look, the day is coming when Esau, okay, all these nations are going to come against you real soon, okay, because of what the transgressions that you've been committing. And first of all, for the blood of the saints of Yahawashi, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because that's the main part of the main reason what is about to befall you right now, okay? And we have the problem with you Israelites, you 2/3, okay, of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you still love Esau unto this very day. He can't do anything that's wrong according to the eyes of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. But the scriptures are quite plain. Okay, they're saying quite the opposite. This man deserves judgment. He deserves judgment. And all these this narrative that Esau is trying to push. Okay, so you know what? We've been attacked. As another thing. Every single morning we still have these so-called black South Africans, mainly females, going to being our domestic workers. They're going to work every single morning to work for who? To work for Esau. Okay, in the households. So if there was genocide going on, so there wouldn't be any more employment. So how the heck can you keep on hiring somebody who's busy in front of your face, still killing you? It makes no sense at all. It makes no sense. This are Proverbs. Let me go to Proverbs, because the problem with our own, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you still love Esau. You don't want to see this guy going down. But guess what? Through the power of Yahawah, he's going down. The road is only leading to one place: destruction. To the fulfillment of Obadiah 1 and 18. And that's part of the main thing. Look, man, the righteous are patiently waiting to see that day when Obadiah 1 and 18 comes into fruition.
That's right.
This is Proverbs 1, verse 11 says, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. Going to what? We're supposed to start separating ourselves from these nations. As the scripture says in Ecclesiasticus, it says, what? All flesh consent unto its own kind. But that's going to only happen unto the righteous remnant. These are the ones who are going to figure this whole thing out through the Spirit and through the Spirit and power of Yahawah resting upon the righteous remnant. They're going to descend the time and be aware of these times we're heading into. It says that to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things. It says, who leave the paths of righteousness to walk in the ways of darkness. Who rejoice to do evil. That's Esau right now, okay? That's him, nobody else. The so-called man, nobody fits that character, okay? But only him, all right? It says, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, are going into the 2/3 of our own, okay? They're enjoying this life right now. According to them, nobody's supposed to be judged, all right? Nothing's supposed to happen to you. As long as you call upon Jesus, you're good, all right? That's the kind of mentality which they have, and that's wrong. That's wrong. This is Ecclesiastes 8. This is a book of Ecclesiastes 8, verse. This is Ecclesiastes 8. All right, verse 6. It says, Ecclesiastes 8 and 9. It says, all these things have I seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. All right, that's Esau right now. All this time that is gained all this rulership, it was through what? Through blood. Okay, through bloodshed. That's how he conquered all these nations. When you look to some small glimpse of the history what happened in South Africa, look, man, it was horrific. All right. But guess what? The scripture says, what has befallen us, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, it cannot be compared to whatever these nations went through. Okay? So accordingly, rightfully so, Esau must pay for what he has done to these nations. and most so what he has done to the Israelites. All right. And guess what?
Right.
Who's going to get the ultimate vengeance? Yahawah. Okay, the
That's
saints of
right.
the Most High. These are
That's
the ones who
right.
want to get ultimate judgment. Okay, all you nations, your vengeance coming is what is second class. All right, the ones who want to get the main vengeance is going to be the Israelites. All right,
Can.
and right now we're telling you, the warnings is unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel who've been scattered amongst all these different nations. Okay, wherever you are, this is a time for you to start separating yourself from these nations, because horrible judgment is coming to those who are going to be found in strange apparel, as it says in the book of Zephaniah. Okay.
Yes,
No,
yeah,
read
brother,
that.
on board. Rab, me young Israelite foreigner. He said, "This is Yapa to see. Keep pushing Akiyams Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi Brakatam." And he give you
Inshallah.
Isaiah 11:11. And the Most High gonna set you on the second time again to recover his remnant. Right? He give you some precepts here, or we can go through some of these precepts here. Father's willing, right? Give you some Yapa precepts, right?
Khan.
And it sounds so we can go through this. All right. So yeah. So as you were saying, this nation separating itself, right? To fight. Because the Most High put in the spirit to fight. You understand? That's why this one of the prophets said the weak can say the strong. So these nation now, these weak nation, they're strong now because what have nuclear powers. You understand? And after the allies also have nuclear powers, we're gonna back them up. All right. This is Second Ezra, chapter 13. I started verse Ezra 13. I started verse 32. He said, "And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen, which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, which is Yahawashi, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all people hear his voice, every man in their own land leave the battle they have one against another." You understand? He said, and no, Salakia. So I'm supposed to read from top from verse 29. Salakia.
Okay.
This is Second Ezra chapter 30, verse 29. "Behold, the day come, and when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, which is the elect, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another." So hey, this is your race war. And also it said one realm. This mean the angels gonna fight against who? Satan, which is the so-called white man and his angel, right? Which is his military. Well, all these nations gonna come together. As I just read below, they're gonna be fighting, and when they see the Son of Man ascending with his holy angel, they're gonna turn together to fight him. You understand? This is the time that we're heading into. Great death and destruction. The destruction of the so-called white man kingdom. And as you said earlier, two-thirds they love Esau. I know that's abomination. You understand? Because you can't be loving your enemy because the Most High hate him too. You understand? And his plan. You see, two-thirds don't understand Esau have an agenda. Esau's agenda is to get back keyboard right. So to get back keyboard right, you gotta put something black in your way to get you eradicated, so he could get back the board right. You understand? These people don't understand how spiritual is this battle and how serious is this battle. Esau mean business. He want back the board right, so he can do everything in his power to let it happen. But hey, I praise the Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi that hey, the Most High love Jacob. You understand? The Most High love Jacob, and don't not gonna happen. It gonna reverse. Because one of the blessings that Jacob gave, curse who curse you and bless who bless you. And that's why this Edomite gonna be eradicated. You understand? Because that's what they imagine to do to us. And the curse gonna fall on them. You understand? But tutor they're spiritually childish. You understand? They don't believe. So they gonna be part of the casualties, you know, for unbelief, you know.
Hey, Khan, because when all these nations, when all these nations, because the reason why it says that in Andrus, when the Son of Man come, they're gonna turn back and fight against Yahawashi, because all these different nations, whatever background they may have, they have one common enemy, and that's Yahawashi. And that's the part of the main thing that two-thirds don't understand. That we have enemies, multiple enemies. All these nations, they are all our enemies. And whosoever is our enemy is an enemy unto Yahawashi.
That's right.
Is an enemy unto Yahawashi. This is Isaiah 13, verse 14. It says, "It shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land." Just like we see the situation that is happening right now in South Africa. We got all these different nations. We got China, eminent Moab, Elam, the Cushites. All these different nations are here. Okay, they're here to make money. All right, but the problem is going to arise when all these are different. When the economy on a global scale, when it all collapses, everyone's going to start, you know what, let me be amongst my own. All right. But guess what? There's going to be a whole lot of a mixed up amongst all the Israelites who are those who've been scattered here. If you're not under the wings of Yahawashi, hey, there's nothing that can be done for you. You're going to die amongst them. The Lord says,
I'm quick only for you to touch on the point where you just said it, because that's what these nations doing right now. They got it. They're going back to eat. They're getting back to each other. They're going back in the Asian spirit. That's how the Heavenly Father set it up, right? All this mixing and all these people come together and integrating. It is the so-called white man way to rule over the people. When he can divide them from their heritage, he could and conquer them. This is how we rule: divide and conquer, right? This is second Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 15. He said, "Every beast loveth his life." He said, "And every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorted according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like." You understand? And this is what we see in, right? This is what we see in these nations. They're coming together. You understand? They come together, but they're going back to the heritage and preparing for war. Because they know this is the time of war. You understand? They know this is time of war, right? He said, "What fellowship had the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly." He said, "What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? And what peace between a rich and the poor?" You understand? So everything going back to what the Asian, how it was before. You understand? When this man come into rulership, this man confused everything. Remove the landmark, change up names. You understand? So the whole heap of confusion. So through the spirit of Yahawashi, nation get to learn that, hey, we's Hamites, we's Moabites, we's Edomites, we's Ammonites, we's Ishmaelites. Through the spirit of Yahawashi, you put the things in place. You understand? And that's beautiful.
Khan, I got a precept. This is Job 24, verse 1. It says, "Why, seeing the times are not hid from the Almighty, do they that know him not see his days?" Speaking about what the servants, the prophets of Yahawashi, we see the days of that the scripture has been speaking about. Okay, the return of Yahawashi Mashiach for the deliverance of the elect of the nation of Yasharala. We see all these things, but Esau is still blinded by his pride. Okay, because he's the master of carnality. There's nobody who's more carnal than Esau on the face of the planet. He was created for the sole purpose of being carnal. All right. If any form of spirituality you may draw out of Esau is on the left-hand side. All right. For the wrong reasons, he's been spiritual in wickedness. That's why the scripture says, "Well, stand now in thine enchantments." Because these nations, the spell is being removed right now from the eyes of these nations. They're realizing, look, man, we've been ruled by this devil. Okay. He's nothing. They're now gathering themselves up against the main enemy right now. Okay, he's not only an enemy okay, unto all these nations, not only unto us as the Israelites, mainly being all these nations being enemies unto us, but against the whole creation of the Most High. He's an enemy. All right, he's the cancer of. Hey, this is the biggest cancer in existence ever to be known in by man. All right, this is Job 24.
Even nature against this devil.
Hey, Khan. Hey, going back to Genesis, it says, hey, it shall not. It says, speaking about the land, it shall not henceforth what yield fruit unto thee. All right. Let me just get that in Genesis quickly. All right. This is Genesis. This is Genesis 4. It says, Genesis 4, verse 11 says, and now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. It says, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee. Have strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. The same thing we see that this prophecy has been playing itself out. Amongst all these different nations where Esau is, he goes under different names. When he's in America, he called himself what? An American. In the southern parts of so-called Africa, he's called himself a South African. He's in Australia, he's called himself an Australian. He's in Europe, he called himself all these kind of names, a vagabond and a fugitive, okay? Because he's running from the true judgment, okay, of which he's never going to escape. Okay, hey, that's why he says, hey, my judgment is more than I can bear, but guess what? You're going to have to bear it. All right? The only words of comfort we have for Esau is, look, man, look yourself as the ultimate sacrifice for world peace. Hey, that's the only comfort we can say for you, man. All right, because extermination must come. All right, and that's going to happen. That's going to happen in the kingdom. All right, and we are patiently looking for that day. All right, in our right mind. Okay, that's the kind of a mentality you're supposed to have. Okay, let me finish up.
When you finish, I'll wrap this up for you.
Okay. Let me finish up Genesis 4 and verse 12 says, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee as strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Guess what? You're going to have to bear it. Okay. That's why it says in Jeremiah, those whose judgment so like it says, those whose judgment was not to drink of the cup as have surely drunken. It says, art thou he that shall go unpunished? No ways. Okay, you're gonna have to bear your punishment, no matter how heavy the weight is. Okay, you do the crime, you're gonna do the time. All right, which is what gonna be over there 1:18 extermination.
Dan, have it for you right there. The Spirit. That's what I'm holding there now.
Oh, God.
This is Jeremiah 49:12. He said, for thus said the Lord, Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken. This was the Israelite, you know. We drinking of the cup because we forsake Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. Right? We wasn't created to be servant, but we were disobedient, and the Most High punish us. Right? For he said, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. And these Edomites, right? You see the Esau. He said, for I have sworn by myself, so the Most High sworn by himself, right? Said the Lord Yahawah, that Bozrah shall become desolation, and Bozrah go back to the Edomites. There's a city in Edom, right? He said, Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the city thereof shall be a perpetual waste. And this when I'm to America. America will be a perpetual waste. Nothing no more building not gonna build it, no more civilization. There's only desert creatures gonna dwell there. Right? He said, I have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahawah, an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather together and come against her. And this will be seen. Now we see these Hamites, you know, you can speak more of that, you know, because you in the land, you can speak more of all them Hamites, you know, they coming against this devil. Because this is what the Most High say. He said, I have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahawah, and he said, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather he together and come against her. and rise up to the battle. As we see China, Turkey, Iran, India, Pakistan, Libya, Ethiopia. We see his own allies, NATO, because Turkey is part of NATO. And look how they're going at each other. You know? You understand? He said, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. You understand? So the Most High is going to make them small among the heathen and despised among men. Thy terribleness had deceived thee, and thy pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the cliff of the rock, that holdest the high of the hill. He said, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from hence, said the Lord Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. So Esau, your terribleness had deceived you. You understand? And the Most High going to use these nations to destroy you. And the Most High going to use Edomites to destroy Edomites too, because Russia and the allies, which is NATO, going to destroy America.
Khan. That's exactly what's happening. Okay, I got a precept. This is Psalms. This is a book of Psalms. You know what? Let me start at Job 9 in verse 4 and 5. It says Job 9 in Job chapter 9 verse 4 says, he is wise in heart and mighty in strength, who have hardened himself against him and have prospered, which removeth the mountains, and they know it not, which overturneth them in his anger. So the Most High is doing what? He's overturning Esau's power structures. Every single so-called establishment that he has, the Most High is overthrowing all of that, and Esau's not even aware of it. Okay, because the Most High, as it says in Daniel 4:17, okay, this is the decree by the watchers, okay, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High setteth up the base of men, okay, whosoever he wills to be set up. That's the one we have today. That's Esau right now, and it's going down. Okay, it's not even seeing what's going on. It doesn't see the bigger picture. Because the Most High has been scheming against Esau all this time along. He have set him up for one thing to bring him down, and we see this thing happening right now. It says, which removeth the mountains, and they know it not, which overturneth them in his anger. Because what it says, what in Psalms, the Most High is what is angry with the wicked every day. Going back to the book of Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, everything has its own time, its own season. Okay, and it's the season for everything that has been built to be thrown down, and we see all of that happening right now.
Yep.
Let me jump down to verse 12. It says, behold, he taketh away, who can hinder? Who will say unto him, what doest thou? Okay, this is the intention of Yahawashi. Okay, awaiting for the kingdom of heaven to finally be established. Okay, a kingdom which shall never be removed. Okay, all these nations, you're not going to be a partaker in this upcoming kingdom. Okay, you're going to be what? You're going to be slaves under the Israelites. Okay, let me decide. Ezekiel 35, verse 1 says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand up against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Okay, going to the destruction that's coming to America. Okay, the main power source, the main place where all kind of wickedness of Esau's philosophies and man's mindset has been spread unto all these different nations, going to the wine that all these nations are going to end up becoming mad, as we see happening right now, especially in South Africa. You see all these policies, okay, that have been drafted right now of land, they call the land, so-called land grabs, as Esau calls it, okay, which is nothing but of which is these Hamites. They're only trying to correct the injustices of the past, okay. And the funny thing is what they're using his own system that he came up with. These long laws, they are mainly the same laws that Esau came up with. It, okay, that's why the Lord says what he says that he have made Esau bare. Okay, that's exactly what the Most High, the Scripture says about Esau. Okay, all these nations, they're waking up to his nonsense. All right, it says Ezekiel 35 verse 4 says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou wilt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time when the calamity had an end. Okay, because why? Because we are yet to stay in our captivity. That's what the scripture says in the book of Baruch. Okay, nobody has let us go. Okay, we're still captives unto this day, waiting until Yahawashi comes back and deliver his elect from the four winds.
Okay. I guess I'm a piece from the comment board. The brother Ramayam, Israelite foreigner, Isaiah 14 and 16. And I can get James 2 and 13.
Okay, come.
I can read Isaiah 4 and 16. It's Isaiah 4 and 6. No, Isaiah 4 and 6. Yeah, Isaiah 14 and 6. He said, he who smote the people with wrath, with a continual stroke, he that ruleth the nation in anger is persecuted and none hinder. And this how this devil rule. This is how this devil rule. He rule in anger. Right? He smote the people continually because you have the military power. You know, you could go into the nation and overthrow them with the military. You understand? So the scripture say he said, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he who ruled the nation in anger, this is so-called white man. He ruled this nation in anger, but by what? With his sanction. You understand? If the whole scene with them and Turkey, with the pastor, that nothing to do with the pastor. They got nothing to do with the pastor. It's Esau want total control over this nation. That's why he's doing this all this big tariff war. It's to crash the globe, to cause a global economic collapse, so he can chip all these nations. You understand?
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why Trump said if he's removed or impeached, the economy is gonna crash. All right.
And that's what they want. They want to crash the economy so they can chip these people. They want to control, and they want full control. You understand? So these nations gonna fight. These nations gonna fight. You understand? They're gonna fight. Right?
I got a
yeah, go ahead.
I got a precept. This Micah 2 and 2 says Micah 2 and 1 says, woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Okay. They covet fields and they take them by violence, and houses and they take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. That's why we see these nations, even these Hamites, the custom that they're now living by. These are all Esau's customs. These are all Esau's traditions and customs. Now the ways they used to do things, okay, planting or whether it's taking care of themselves, they're no longer living in that way. Okay, they're no longer in harmony with nature. Because they've been influenced by Esau and his way, the westernized way, the European way of living. All right. That's why we see this space is all what? Is all checked up. All right. It's all but filthy. All right. And the main thing that has polluted this place is what? Is the blood. All right. It's the blood. All right. And blood requires what? Requires blood. Okay. Let me get a precept from the common board. Was that James 2 and 13?
Okay.
This is James chapter 2, verse 13 says, for he shall have judgment without mercy, that he have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Okay, that's exactly Esau's going to get. Okay, judgment is not going to be slacking in that day, because the Most High he's going to put his spirit upon his men, to do exactly according to his will. Okay. That's why it says the whole hem of the earth has ceased. We're waiting for that day to come, patiently so. Okay, because we know, look, man, the Most High is not a man that he should lie. If he said, look, man, the time is coming when all these nations, as he's prophesied, all these nations are going to come. We're going to be what? we're going to be overruled by these heathen nations. All right, as it says in Esdras, was that 2 Esdras chapter 2 verse 6, when it speaks about how is it now that we are now ruled by these nations which are nothing? How is it now we are now ruling these nations are ruling the world with us? All right, but then the world to come is going to be for the few. All right, and part of these few being ruling the world, the Israelites. Judgment, we're not going to say, you know what? I remember you gave me a job. I'm going to take it easy on you. No, my man. It's going to be in full force. Judgment is going to be in full force. Okay. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Okay. Blood is going to pursue you because you never hated blood. Okay. You never hated blood. The track record speaks for its own self. All these nations that you've conquered them, hey, in gruesome ways. All right. There was no boundary when you were busy destroying all these nations, taking over them, okay, removing the landmarks of which the scripture speaks about them, speaks against all of that, removing the landmarks, oppressing a man and his heritage. That's madness right there, okay, that's madness. None of these nations in history, whenever they conquered another nation or another tribes, ever done anything close to what Esau has done to the world. None of them.
Even when the Japanese they surrender, he still drop bombs on them when they surrender.
He did that. Okay, that's going to show you. That's why the scripture says what? Never trust an enemy. Sirach was at 12 and 10. Never trust an enemy. Okay, it should not be trusted. Even you could take all these Edomites, you teleport them to the moon. He will find a way to scheme against you all the way there. All right, that's just the kind of a man he is. He can't be trusted. Hey, the planet can never be a safe place as long as Esau exists. All right. Hey, this planet can never be a safe place as long as Esau is in existence. That's why Obadiah wants. Can't. You know, Obadiah 1. This is Obadiah 1 and 18 says let me start at verse 17. So Obadiah 1 and 17 says, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Because these nations are what? They are what? Our possession. This whole entire existence, okay, the creation of Yahawashi is what? It belongs unto Yasharallah. That's why it says in Jeremiah, what? We will the form of all things. If you create something, you formed it, guess what? It belongs to you, it's your property. That's why Scripture says, well, we're going to be joint heirs with Yahawashi. Whatever he has, we're going to take part in that. All right. Says Obadiah 1 and 17 says, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness. Going back to what Hebrews 8 and 8, his law, statutes, commandments being upon us, no more sinning. All right. That's why our kingdom is going to be an everlasting kingdom. All right, because we're going to be perfect. All right.
This is why we're gonna live forever too, because we're gonna be perfect. The law gonna be written, we're gonna be programmed not to go off.
That's why it says in Deuteronomy 32 and 29, it says, what happy are you, O Israel, O people saved by the Lord? It says, but who's like unto thee? None. None. But you got these different Israelite camps who trying to bring all these different nations into the fold, of which is that that's madness right there. Okay, you can't bring these nations into the fold. They don't belong nowhere. Okay, they are without. Okay, because Scripture says what in Revelation, in Revelations as well, without a box. All right, can't. All right, says verse Obadiah 1 and 18 says.
That's 22. Revelation 22.
22 can't. Says Revelation like Obadiah 1 and 18 says, the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Jacob a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall be not any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahawah have spoken it. All right, this is going to come to pass. Okay, we're going to gather all you Edomites after saving 1,000 years of captivity under all these different nations, but they're going to be left around. Okay, but you're going to be exterminated, every single last one of you. Whether you're going to be little ones who are still crawling, toddlers, as they say, pregnant women, old Edomites, All of you, man, you're gonna be gathered up, and we're gonna pen every single last one of you in the kingdom of heaven, under the direct rulership of Yahawashi Mashiach, King David the 12th, the rest of the 144,000. Okay, that's what the scripture is speaking about. Okay, this prophecy has not yet as of yet been fulfilled. The earth is still given into the hands of the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called Caucasian race we see today, the so-called white men we see all over the goddamn place. All right.
Yeah, this we get one for the coming board. Revelation 18:4, and Proverbs 29:2. You get Proverbs 29:2. I can read Revelation 18:4.
Okay. This is Proverbs 29, verse 2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, because these wicked are still in rulership. Okay, that's a part of the main sign who's ruling right now. Second address says what Esau is the end of the world. Let me get that. This is our second address. Real quick. This is our second address. All right, this is the second address, chapter 6 and 9. It says verse 8 says, second address, chapter 6, verse 8 says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand first held the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So what in the end of the days, the end of an eon, Esau is going to be in rulership. Meaning what? Like it says in Genesis 25, says what? The elder shall serve the younger. Meaning what? Right now we having the younger being under subjection to the elder one. Okay, so meaning what? Esau is ruling right now. Whosoever is in power right now, that's Esau right now. Okay, and the state in which we find this planet being run. Okay, and the current condition. If the so-called man is not Esau, whosoever Esau may come to be in the upcoming years or so to speak, as most guys want to deny that the so-called man is Esau, there will be no people in existence. That's what the Lord says. Look, unless the time be shortened, there shall be no flesh to be saved. Can't you see that this is Esau ruling right now? Okay. Second address 6 and 9 says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, he's the end of the world, man. Okay. That red horse spoken about in Revelation says he was given power to take peace from earth, so that one could kill one another. We see that happening. That's Esau in rulership right now. The hands has been the earth has been given to the hands of the wicked. That's why we see this. That's why it says in Proverbs 29, verse 2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Nobody's rejoicing. Depression. People are taking pills. People on drugs. People are a whole lot of people are nothing but a bunch of alcoholics. People are under depression. Okay. Says but when the wicked bear fruit, the people mourn. People are mourning right now. All right. Verse 16 says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increase, but the righteous shall see their fall. That's what we are patiently waiting for, to see the downfall of the wicked right now. And we see that coming to pass piece by piece. Okay.
And as we see it, you understand? Hey, the scripture gave you, wait, you see, this we don't understand. The scriptures give you attribute of the two main character, right? The two main characters, Jacob and Esau, in this movie. So the scriptures give you attribute, characteristic what Jacob and Esau gonna be doing. You understand? But hey, Israel, like I said, I hope you want to love everybody. You understand? They want to love everybody. They don't want to see Esau go down because Esau giving them scrums. You understand? But all is vanity. All is vanity. You know? All right. I'm going to read Revelation 18 from the comic board. Revelation 18, this from the brother, let me get to the, right? Mozambique, what Mozambique is? There's a one of them, that's one of them African nation, Mozambique.
Yeah, it's further up on the eastern part of South Africa, further up beyond Swaziland.
Oh, can the brother come and go see for Ibarne Mozambique?
Yeah, can.
Yeah. He said Jake's all over.
Hey, all over, man. Hey.
Yeah. And there's one the prophecy was scattered in all these nations.
Can. Esau's lies are coming out.
Can. Yeah, he said yeah, he said, let's see, let me get it. Yeah, he said, I was born in Mozambique. Jake is everywhere. The brother Rab Mayum. Right? Revelation 18:4, he said, it's Revelation 18:4. Yeah, Revelation 18:4. And he said, and I hear another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that he be not partaker of our sins, and that he receive none of our plagues. And they'll come out of our, my people, is when the elect will be taken up in those chariots.
Can.
UFO. And American plagues is what, fire, right? They're gonna be fire. If you can read if you get about, because I get Revelation 11 and I think it's 11 and verse
12.
God.
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 12 says, Revelation 11, verse 12, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. This is what's going to happen. Okay. With this upcoming destruction that has been never been seen before, is going to require a very miraculous way of us to be delivered, the hopefully elect to be delivered. So in what other better fashion is going to be except for the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Yasharallah? Okay. What other better way is going to be for our deliverance? Okay. It says Revelation 11 verse 12 says, and it says Revelation 11 verse 12, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither, and they ascended unto heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. They're gonna be left behind. Okay, even part of our enemies who are gonna be left behind. Okay, mainly our own. And in our own, the 2/3, these are ones that are going to be left behind. They're going to burn up. Those of you who would have never died by famine or these different pestilences, different diseases, guess what? When all these missiles drop, hey, that's the end for you right there. Okay, it's going to be the end of the 2/3 right there in Babylon. All right, I got a precept. Is Isaiah 26, verse 10 says, Salakia, not as it. This Salakia. All right. This Isaiah, real quick. In fact, let me get our Wisdom of Solomon 5 before I get this one in Isaiah. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5, verse 1. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 1 says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him, and make no account of his labors. Before the elect be delivered, before all these different nations the enemies end up beholding, looking at the elect being beamed up, there must work that must be done, and that work is what is prophesying against this place, telling you the upcoming doom for this place. Okay. Telling all you nations, this is going to be your judgment, captivity for 1,000 years, and the so-called white man Esau, Edom, extermination. All right, every single last one of them. All right, It says, and make no account of his labors. When they see, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. That's why it says the enemies what beheld them. All right? They're going to be shocked because Esau has been teaching these nations, you know what? They're UFOs, but they're aliens right there. There are aliens in them. That's not the case. Okay, there are angels. Okay, which are so-called black, okay, entities in those chariots who are in control of them. The angels. Okay, it says verse 3. It says verse 2 says, and they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, they shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb and a reproach. The same thing is happening right now. Okay, they're not making account of our labors. Okay, all these different inventions the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans have been doing. Okay, Esau taking all the claim, building the society from the ground up. Nobody's all those things, man. They have not. They are not taking them into consideration. We're still under these powers and curses unto this very day. But look, we got comfort in these scriptures. We're going to be redeemed from among men. Abaratas will be of that number. That's why we're doing this work diligently. So, in hope that we'll be found worthy, okay, to stand before the judgment seat of Yahawashi Mashiach, because he's on his way. Okay, he's on his way.
I see brother Bara, he says Shalom Akiyams, right? And he put up 2nd Address 11:46. He said that all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her. Yeah, the earth can be refreshed, you know, when this devil be taken down. You understand? And put in chains, you know, and serve slavery for 1,000 years, and then it's gonna be eradicated. Right? The brother also from the brother Rab Mayum, he said, that's what it is. So like, yeah, he said the Lord say Esau has to drink every drop of his destruction. He gonna drink every drop of the cup, which is slavery, right? That's why you get double. You understand? So he gonna well drink it. You understand? Yeah, he gonna well drink it. He said there's a preacher can. Satan against Satan, can. And this will be seen. You understand? This will be seen. You know, Satan rise up against Satan. He said Esau went over the punishment limit with us. Can. Yeah, it said this is I get it. Yeah, because Esau fired our affliction, and there's a violation, right? This is Zachariah. This Zachariah 1:15. He said, I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at rest, for I was but a little displeased, and they held forward their affliction. So the Most High say, hey, he's so displeased at the heathens that are at rest. These heathen at rest. You understand? These heathen are stressed out like, hey, like how Jake stressed out. You know, every day Jake got be on the grind. You know, he's solely footing and no rest. You know, he oppressed, he being beat down every day. You understand? So the Most High say I was but a little displeased, right? This is why the Most High chastened us, right? He said, and they held for the affliction. Yeah, you might for the affliction. That's why you get double. You understand? You have for the affliction, right? So after the surrender, Esau dropped bomb on them. and these people are still feeling the effect of those bomb guns. Miss Callan, Nagasaki and you understand? They're still feeling the effect up to this day, and they forget these people. You understand? They forget these right. So Raha, the Ram Israelite family said that there those are the Israelite with confusion, except Israelites with confusion, but we are doing the works with faith, and they're not showing works or faith. Shalom, Yahawashi, because what Yahawashi say, he said, let the wheat and the tears go together. You understand? Let the wheat and the tears go together. That's a straight commandment. You understand? That's right. He said that exhorted each other daily. That is brotherly love. Right? Transfer. He said, transfer the kingdom, the force of the Gentile. Isaiah 60:11. That these devils are not just ruler. Yeah, they're not just. They're unjust. They are unjust. They are unjust kings. You understand? This is what it is. They're just kings. Right? Say Yahawah was just when he gave these other nations their inheritance, but they destroy it and flip it upside down. You understand? Yeah, it's confusion of faces is cutting these people continually. Become the Israelites scattered in all these nations for hundreds of years. What do you think they're gonna look like today? You understand? What do you think they're gonna look like today? Right? So we read back on Revelation 18 and 14. 18 and 4, he said, and I hear another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that he be not partaker of our sin, and that he receive not of our plagues. You understand? Hey, and the brother just reading Revelation 11 and 12, the elect will be beamed up in those chariots. And what's one of America's plagues? Fire. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherein the Lord Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, will smite all the people that are fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand on their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their hole, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And we're going to cast them ICBM missile. Right? And there's America plague, fire. Right? That is fire. Right?
I got a precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
To start, Revelation 11, verse 18 says, and the nations were angry, and their wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they shall be judged, and thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyeth the earth. So Esau is going to be destroyed for the reason of destroying the earth. That radiation that came from this what's the name of that bomb? Was what Fat Boy in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay, the radiation is still ongoing unto this day. So basically, this planet is still polluted right now. Plastic. Okay, it will take an evil man to create plastic, something that is impossible to degrade. Okay, it takes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years from one small piece of paper to start degrading. Okay, because he's destroying this planet under his own watch, because he has been given power over this planet right now, but he's going all out to make sure everything is destroyed right along. That's why Scripture says, "What he is that is evil to himself, to him will he be good." Okay, he can't be good to no one. He can't be. All right. This is Thessalonians. Okay, going into in Revelation was 11 and in 12. This is Second Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16 says, and the Lord himself says, First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16 says, the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and the trump, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. So shall we ever be with the Lord. All right.
Right.
Yeah. Because we are waiting deliverance from Yahawashi on his way with the host of heaven. Okay, he says what in Matthew, he says, look, when the Son of Man comes, okay, he's gonna gather his elect from the four winds. Okay, meaning what? As you just said, these guys who don't believe in confusion of faces. Who do you think Yahawashi was speaking about when he says he's gonna gather his elect from the four winds? Shouldn't they look like all these different nations? Because when you look at all these different nations, whatever country you may Google and type on the images, they don't all look the same. They don't look the same. All right. Henceforth, for the confusion of faces, you want to come looking like all these different nations wherever you've been scattered. All right. And it doesn't matter about the 2/3, it's about the elect. The rest of the nation is not about that. It's about the elect of Yahawah. That's the only thing that matters right now. Because these are the same ones who are going to be able to understand the whole road, okay, and follow the Lamb whithersoever he goes. That's why it says in Revelation, like I read, it says what to reward are the servants, the prophets, small and great, and them that fear their name. Meaning what? The multitude, the great multitude that John saw in Revelation the 7th chapter. Okay.
I want to feel.
Can't.
This is Isaiah 3 and 4. Say, and I will give children to be their prince and babies to rule over them. So Esau's a baby. You understand? But in the spirit he's a child. That's why he destroyed everything. And that's what childs do, a disobedient child. You understand? When he get no attention, you understand, he does destroy everything. You understand? He mess up everything. And that's who Esau is in the spirit. All right? And this is our Revelation 11 and 18. He said, and the nation were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophet, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So the Most High can destroy you so-called white people, because you destroy the earth. And when you go to the word destroy, it means ruin, polluted. You understand? And that's how this man do. This man pollute the earth. The man pollute the air with chemtrail, fluoride, this plastic, you know, this whole plastic scene. That people using plastic, you know. Yeah, speak for a minute.
Okay, can't. Because he must be destroyed. Okay, he must be destroyed, no matter what you say. You come against the word. Guess what? Is inevitable. All right. This thing was the Most High has already ordained destruction unto Esau. All right. He's a vessel fitted unto destruction. All right. This is Romans. Okay. There's no other way. Okay. There's no other way. All right. But for what? For the extermination of Esau, Edom. This Romans. All right. Chapter 8, chapter 9. So like this Romans chapter 9, instead of verse 8 says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So the Most High hated Esau. Okay, from the beginning. All right, let's establish that. What did he do in Genesis? It says what? He despised his own birthright. He sold it. Because all things was set up through the spirit of Yahawah, that the elder should serve the younger. But right now, what's happening? The elders not serving the younger. The younger is the one who's serving the older one. Okay, going into what Ecclesiastes, Baba Kashaw says, I've seen servants upon horses.
Done, yeah. This Ecclesiastes. So that, yeah, Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse, start from verse 6. He said, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places. The rich is who? The Israelites, who sit in low places. Right? He said, verse 7, I have seen servants upon horses, and prince walking as servants upon the earth.
It can. That's exactly what's happening right now, okay? That's exactly what's happening, okay? The princes are walking, are lowly right now, okay? But these servants are the ones who are what? On horses. Going back to what you just said, look, man, he's childish, all right? He lacks maturity, all right? Because he could have easily had it all should he fasted. Okay, if he had a discipline and patience, he could have done that, all right? But that's not how the Most High have set things up. That's why he says, look, Esau have I hated, Jacob have I loved, in the book of Malachi. The same thing has been said in the book of Romans, the 9th chapter. The Lord does not change, okay? Just like Yahawashi, when he came on earth, okay, to you so-called Christians, self-professed Christians, you're going to say, you know what? That's the Old Testament. Guess what? The Messiah himself, he said, out of his own mouth, says, look, he came to do the will of the Father. That's why he says, look, I and my Father are one, meaning what? He came on behalf of the Most High, okay? He sent his only begotten Son. He's the one who sent his only begotten Son because he knew he's not going to go astray. Okay, he's not going to go astray. So he said what in Hebrews? He says, hey, the same Yahawashi yesterday, the same the same Yahawashi today, the same tomorrow. So like, let me get that in Hebrews real quick. This is like Hebrews. All right. Let me not mess up the scriptures. This is Hebrews. All right. This is book of Hebrews real quick. All right. Because he came to do the will of the Father, Yahawashi. This is Hebrews 13, verse 9 says Yahawashi HaMashiach the same yesterday and today and forever. Going back to Malachi 3 and 6. Just like the Most High, your Almighty Yahawah does not change. Yahawashi does not change. What did the Most High says? Look, Esau have I hated, Jacob have I loved. Romans the 9th chapter says what? Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. The same thing still applies unto this very day. In 2018, the year of prophecy, the Most High still hate Esau. Okay, which is today, okay, the so-called white men we see all over the goddamn place. That's why it says in Revelation, to destroy them, we destroy the earth. Okay, it is inevitable. All right, you can't stop it. Okay, prophecy must be fulfilled. Okay,
that's right.
It says, verse 14 says, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? The Most High forbid. For he said unto Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. All right. So it says, so then it is not of him that ruleth, nor of him that runneth, but the Most High that showeth mercy. And he showed mercy by what? By choosing, okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, or Native Americans, and you Israelites who've been scattered abroad, okay? The Most High chose the Israelites and none else, okay? That's mercy from Yahawah. He said in Deuteronomy, says what? Says, I've not chosen you because you were more in number, because he's the one who first has set his love upon us, all right? But two-thirds, they don't see that, okay? They don't see that. If anything, they are rebelling against Yahawashi to this day, okay? Making fun of his servants, the prophets, until there be no remedy, as it says in Chronicles.
They don't know. Two-thirds don't know what is love. The Most High show them love and mercy right now, but what they despise it. You understand? Yeah, the brother my young Israelite, he said Yahawah does not change, neither does Yahawashi Khan. He said the hopeful elect are not consumed. Khan. Then he gives Matthew 1:21. Yeah, he shall save his people. The elect of the elect can. John 17:9. I pray for them, I pray not for the world. Can. Yeah, man. You know, the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi, flooding the earth. You understand? Flooding the earth. Yeah, okay, anything more there? I gotta get ready to camp there now.
Yeah, okay, let me close off Ezekiel 3 and 27.
Done.
It is Ezekiel 3 verse 27. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou wilt say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, he that heareth let him hear, and he that forbeareth, let him forbear, for they are rebellious. For they are a rebellious house. Okay, hey, the word of Yahawashi will never return void. Okay, it shall
God,
always accomplish what the Most High Yahawashi pleases. All right, whether you
exactly.
listen, you forbear. Hey, the elect are going to be sealed. Okay, prophecies are moving fast. Okay, our salvation is nearer than we have believed. You can close off,
Let me get one more for you. This is Jeremiah 7 and Jeremiah 7:24. He said, "But they hearken not, nor incline their ears, but walk in the counsel and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward. Since the day that your father came forth out of the land of Egypt, unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily, rising up early and sending them." So early before what? The destruction, early before the martial law, the missiles out of flight, the famine, the destruction of the economy, all these things, race war, the microchip, right? This is what the Most High did. He sent the prophets early, right? He said, "Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ears, but harden their neck." He said they did worse than their fathers. Hey, so Tutor did worse than their fathers, right? "Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee." So hey, we know Tutor will reject Yahawah Hashem Yahushai. But what? This message is only for the elect of the nation of Israel. They're gonna take heed, they're gonna humble themselves and turn back unto Yahawah Hashem Yahushai with fear and trembling. You understand? Can. I wanna say to water to the brother Rab Mayam and the brother Bara, Salakia, that's on fire with the precept, Salakia, they be thinking for read all the precept, but Tawada, Tawada for the support, keep pushing. You understand? Say shalom to the Akiums day on your ends, and just keep the fire. Right? And we always listen to the fire and we want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahawah,
Bahashem,
Yahawashi,
Yahawashi,
Bahashem, Rawchaa
Bahashem,
Qadash.
Rawchaa Qadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well at Great Millstone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiums and the folk and the earth to pushing the gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom.
Shalom.